Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane. We've got big news for Polestar. So as we know, yesterday, the 28th of June, Polestar CEO Thomas Ingenlath rang the opening bell at Nasdaq Market Site Studio in Times Square, New York City. And this is truly iconic. So on screen now, you should be seeing the iconic moment where Polestar officially rang the opening bell. And it was truly mesmerizing because we've worked extremely hard to get here. I want to thank the team at Polestar for getting us here because I'm a huge supporter of Polestar, and everyone who's watching these videos are a huge supporter of Polestar. So let's all just thank Polestar and the team and the CEO, everyone involved, for getting us to this place. We're officially a public company. So since then, Leonardo DiCaprio, a huge investor in the company of Polestar, has been tweeting about Polestar as well, saying congratulations to Polestar for going public and for innovating transportation for cleaner planet. He also said, and I quote, "I'm proud to support this climate-forward company as an investor." Absolutely incredible. This could be Leonardo DiCaprio's team tweeting from his Twitter account, but it still means a lot. Because as most of us know, Leonardo DiCaprio is an open investor in Polestar. He doesn't hide it. He's publicly known for investing in Polestar. Now, directly from Polestar themselves, they were also tweeting that Polestar took part in the iconic bell ringing ceremony at the Nasdaq studio. They also said, and I quote, "This moment makes a new era for us as a company, and we're now listed on Nasdaq Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol PSNY. So this is truly a brilliant moment. We have plenty of images to share of the Polestar CEO and the Polestar team, the management team. And I must say, this is a proud moment for us all because we've been supporting Polestar for months. And to see them get to this place is absolutely amazing. So we've got some other things to talk about in this video as well, such as this stock. We've also got some other information on Polestar CEO being interviewed by Bloomberg, and this is huge. I will check this out. I might share a few clips in this video, I might not. But let's get to the most important part. People are already saying that the stock is slumped. The stock is crashing. I want to stop everyone there. It's not crashing. Just relax. So news outlets such as CarScoop saying slump in Polestar stock could signal bad news for entire EV industry. Well, the good news is that Polestar CEO already said that Polestar isn't going public to raise funding. Thankfully, Polestar is able to raise funding through their parent company, Volvo and Geely. So I've seen a few people panicking on Twitter. I've seen many news outlets saying that Polestar stock has fallen rapidly, but to be honest, I couldn't be any happier because if you think about it, this just means that the stock is more affordable for me. I get more for my money. The stock is currently $10.77, and this is not as impressive as its closing day on Friday last week at $13. I understand that. This is not that impressive. Polestar as a company debuts at $20 billion in valuation. Is actually undervalued for their company because they're making revenues of up to $1.3 billion last year. I believe it was between 1.3 and 1.6 billion. Nevertheless, this year they could break the 2 billion mark of revenue. And if you times that by 10 years, you get 20 billion. So Polestar, in my opinion, is actually an undervalued company at this price at $10.77. Polestar rings Nasdaq bell to celebrate public listing. And indeed, it is a celebration. And direct from the CEO, from Thomas Ingenlath, and I quote, "This is such a proud day of ringing the bell at Nasdaq. This is a symbolic celebration. Today truly marks the beginning of the next chapter for the story of Polestar. We have clear vision of what stories to be, and the listing gives the platform to accelerate and push harder for a transition towards more sustainable mobility." But you know what's really unique? I've actually got some really cool data to share with you guys. And this is EV SPAC stock volatility. You look at Lordstown, Lucid, Canoe, Faraday Future, and Nikola. Unfortunately, Rivian is not on this list because I don't think Rivian was a SPAC. Rivian was just a normal IPO. But out of every SPAC so far, you can clearly see that Lucid is doing the most. And I think that's because Lucid has a lot of foreign investments and they don't intend on letting go anytime soon. Because their reasons for investing is quite a bit different from our reasons of investing. But this is just a quick chart to show you the difference in volatility. Obviously, Lordstown Motors is irrelevant. It's honestly an embarrassment of a company. Lucid isn't so bad. They're making luxurious vehicles, but I believe they're overvalued. Canoo is just seriously underdeveloped and underfunded. They desperately need more funding as a company to secure their future. Faraday future is in question. It's in doubts, but they can make vehicles. It's just that they're not doing it at a rapid scale. They're not showing enough ambition, in my opinion. And as for Nikola is taking a very different move to the EV market compared to any other company because they're making different types of vehicles, different types of EV vehicles. I believe Nikola is making trucks and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different from what Lucid or Polestar is doing. But for me, for certain, Polestar is perhaps the most valuable company, the most valuable SPAC in the last 3 years at least. The last 2 to 3 years, it's definitely Polestar. The closest competition is probably Lucid, but like I said, Lucid is not making 50,000 vehicles a year. Polestar will make 50,000 vehicles this year and deliver that 50,000 vehicles. So there's a huge difference. We've also got a post from Barron's. Polestar CEO says unusual history helps his EV company ramp up. So Polestar has developed an unusual electric vehicle company. It's a battery EV maker with a hybrid business model, and its CEO Thomas Ingenlath hopes his company history would help win the EV business in the future. Polestar ringing the bell is a rite of passage for many newly listed startups, and while Polestar is definitely an EV startup, it has some very un-startup-like features relative to EV pairs, such as the fact that Polestar was actually founded in 1996, and they actually began as a racing company. Obviously, I believe they were partly owned by Volvo, but more importantly, they actually went on to be in a development performance division for Volvo vehicles. In other words, enhancing and developing Volvo vehicles to be more performance driven. So Polestar is naturally a company that's very innovative, and they don't intend on making slow cars. They intend on making beautiful cars that are fast. So Polestar has near 2-year operating history and was essentially created as part of Volvo and is currently owned by Geely. The group of companies are a family because of a certain gene we are sharing, says Ingenlath. Vehicle safety, for instance, is a characteristic he wants to carry over from Volvo, and operating as a group is a proven concept that you can run with very high group signatories. Now today, Polestar has a capacity in place to produce 300,000 EVs a year. That's quite a cushion firm that expects to deliver roughly 50,000 units in 2022 and 124 units in 2023. So Polestar is hoping to break the 100,000 units next year. But this all depends on if they can fix the constraints, the manufacturing constraints, the shortage on parts, the shortage on chip, the expensive lithium battery environment. There's a lot of things that Polestar has to tackle, and every other EV company is struggling with this as well. And that's why Tesla CEO Elon Musk is hoping to take Tesla into the space of mining lithium battery, because the cost is just astronomical. It's too expensive. What I want Polestar to do is to go into that business as well, mining natural material such as lithium, cobalt, nickel, all the useful material that they would need to supply their company. And because Polestar is owned by Geely and Volvo, they're a family of groups. That makes them more powerful, and this makes it easier for them to form a company that could provide them with the materials that they need for their brands. Companies like VW, Tesla, they will all thrive to do something quite similar. So once again, congratulations to Polestar. I'm here to support Polestar 100%. That is despite whatever happens in the market, but I'm here forever. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to see more, leave a like, leave a comment, and of course I will see you in my next video.